All right. Okay, so starting with 1.05, human impact, our objectives that we're going to go over, we're going to define terms such as culture, movement, population, human-environment interaction, describe the movement that occurs between people, goods, and ideas, differentiate between the world religions and government systems and economies, and explain the difference between renewable and non-renewable energy. Okay, so as we kind of talked about human impact on the Earth, we've talked about this when we talked about the 5 themes of geography, our last class. You know, there's so much different things that we do. Like we have different kind of foods. Remember how we talked about sushi? Can you remind me again who likes sushi? Anybody out there like sushi? Give me a green check mark if you do. Red X. Okay, a couple of you do. Not some of you? No? The geography song's in your head. Perfect. The 5 themes of geography. Awesome. It's a little rap. It's pretty cool. Yep. So another thing that plays a big impact is religion. Housing, kind of where we live. If we live in a city, which is called an urban area, a suburban area, which is outside the city limits, or a rural area, which means your agriculture or farming areas. So those are some things that impact it. And then also our impact on the Earth of, like we create dams and stuff like that. So especially in the mountains, because we don't have a lot of water, what happens is we create a dam there so we have water in the summer to irrigate and have water to drink. Oh, you don't remember the geography wrap? It's in folder 2. Yep. Or not folder 2, but lesson 1. So if you go back to unit 1, lesson 1, there's a little video in there talks about the geography wrap. So I would definitely highly recommend it. I didn't show it in class. I just have it as a supplemental up there. Okay, so let's do a pool question real quick. Let me change my pools to A, B, C, D. Okay, pools are now open. What religion was as the most influential in forming the United States of America? Was it A, Islam, B, Mormonism, C, Judaism, or D, Christianity? I'll give you a second to think about that. The religion that was the most influential. All right, let's get some of you guys that aren't doing it. Tyler, Travis, Sierra, Oakley, Mitchell, Michael. Mike, Mikkel, you got it. Good. Esther, Darren's good. All right, closing 3, 2, 1, and the correct answer is not there. That's funny. The correct answer should be Christianity. It didn't upload it apparently. Well, Christianity is the most influential, and it looks like most of you got that. That was D. Good job. Perfect. Looks like 12 of you picked that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so some other things that we that impact the Earth is one, our political systems. So we have political systems that we set up. We have, as you see here, democracy, dictatorship, or monarchy. Can you put in what, just in the chat box real quick, what is the United States out of those 3? Is it a democracy, dictatorship, or monarchy? Okay, in the assignment, I haven't got to the assignment yet. Right now we've only had quizzes in this class, but I will go over the assignment today. Democracy, that is correct, okay? for those that are putting that. So democracy is a system run by the people and for the people, okay? Don't know anything about politics. We want to know that we're a democracy. We get a vote on the people. Because if we didn't, we'd have something like a dictatorship, right? So basically one person rules the entire country and tells us exactly what to do, okay? It's always good when we have something to say and we can let our voices be known. Monarchy is a place that's ruled by a king or queen. There's not very many of those. Can anybody tell me a country that has a king or queen? England. I thought some people would say England. So England is actually a democracy now, but they still have a king and queen. They don't have any kind of power politically. The only ones they really have are more over in Thailand that are more of a traditional monarchy. So, but good job, guys. All right, let's move to the next one. Okay, another thing that humans impact socially is what's called our economic systems, okay? So there's 3 different kind of economic systems that we'll go over. One's the market economy, the other one's a command economy, and the other one's a traditional economy, okay? Can you tell me which one of those 3, if anybody knows, type in the chat real quick. What is the United States? Would it be a market economy, a command economy, or a traditional economy? Okay, so I have some people who knows. I think a market, okay. Questions coming up, market. All right, very good. You guys are right. It is a market economy, okay? Market economy is often found in democracies. Basically, you have private companies that make decisions on what's doing. So, for example, who's somebody out there I can pick on that doesn't mind me picking on them? Ellie, can I pick on you? Oh. Mikkel. Oh, everybody wants me to pick on them. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I said Ellie first, so I'll pick on her. Okay, so Ellie has a pizza place, okay? She makes really good pizzas. So how much do you sell your pizzas for, Ellie? Give me a number. You sell your pizzas for how much? $7 for a large, depending on the toppings. Wow, pretty good. Good marketing, okay? But I have a pizza place, okay, too, just down the street, but I have the best ingredients. They're fresh ingredients, but mine costs $15, okay? Whose pizza place are you guys going to go to? Mr. Hancock's over here or Ellie's? Ellie's? Everybody's saying Ellie. Would anybody come to mine? Mine has fresh ingredients. I don't know if anybody's had like... So basically, Ellie's is Little Caesars, and mine is Ogden Pizzeria, if you're in Ogden Pizzeria. Or the Pie Cafe, that's a good one. Ellie's, I would, but I wouldn't go to Ellie's more often. Okay. You'd come to mine for a little bit. Now that's price, right? Mr. Hang, okay, yeah, somebody likes some quality out there, okay? So basically it all depends on what the consumer likes, okay? And what they want. Okay, so a command economy is the other one. That's where we find in a communism government, okay? So basically everything is owned by the government. So instead of having a pizza shop, the government owns the pizza shop and runs it. Okay? And there's no competition between Ellie and me because the government owns it and they make the same pizzas. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Kind of sounds boring, right? Wherever I go, it's the same pizza place ran by the government. Okay? In a traditional economy, that's a little bit different. That's basically where it's based on tradition and we would trade back and forth, okay? So, for example, if I went fishing and had some fish, and you had chickens that were laying eggs, I will trade you 1 fish for a dozen eggs. Does that sound like a deal? Good for you? Sure, okay, yeah, so then I could have eggs and fish. Right? That sounds like a good meal. No, that's not fair? Alright, how about I give you 2 fish for a dozen eggs? Or maybe you don't like fish. So, okay. Lots of you gotta have protein. Yeah, fish could be harder to get. So it just depends, right? Depends on where you're at, the location. So traditional economy, it just kind of depends. It's barter and trade. Okay, some other things that humans impact is natural resources, okay? So we only have a finite amount of natural resources. So as you can kind of see over here, let me get my little pointer out. So we have like coal and mining. Wood is a natural resource. Some areas, they don't use wood to build, like over in Europe, because they've cut down most of the trees. Okay, sunlight is actually a natural resource. Water is, okay? And then I also put this picture over there. That's can anybody tell me what this is over here to the right? What is that? You have some actually in Utah too, more in eastern Utah. An oil pump, right? An oil well. And so they're getting oil out of there and drilling for it. So all of it's a natural resource. That means we have a limited amount of it. Okay, so let's go to a poll question real quick. Which country consumes the most petroleum? Now, petroleum means oil, okay, or gasoline, okay? Would it be A, the United States, B, Russia, C, the United Kingdom, or D, China? Okay, I'll give you a second to think about that. Everybody get down there so I don't have to call on you. All right, pool's going to close in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we have 9 people with A, 2 with B, 5 with D, and the correct answer is, let's see if it added this one. It did. A, good. It's A, the United States. Okay, so the United States, we consume the most petroleum out of any other country, even though some of the other countries, if I just go back real quick, like China has a lot more people than we do, right? Somewhere around 3 billion, and the United States is only around not even 1 billion. Okay, so we consume a lot of petroleum. Okay, I'm just looking at some things. Why don't they use anymore? It's because a lot of them live in rural areas, so areas where it's just farming, and they don't have the cars, and they don't use a lot of electricity like we do. But very good question, Susan. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so some things that we try to do is we try to limit the amount of petroleum that we use. That's why they have the whole go green kind of stuff that they're trying to promote. They're trying to promote a little bit more of what's called renewable resources, which is just basically doing that. Boo, Teslas? Everybody loves Tesla. They're pretty cool. So this is actually a Tesla. I think it's a Model T. So I can't believe you hate Teslas. They're pretty cool. They're really fast cars, and they're all electric. So you might want to look into them. They're going to look better as times come by. All right. So this leads us to our assignment, okay, of what we need to do for our assignment. So as I said, in each unit, you're going to have basically 3 things that you need to do. You're going to have your 2 quizzes, okay, and then you're going to have an assignment or project, okay. This is the assignment for Unit 1. You also have an opportunity for extra credit. Remember, discussions are extra credit and exit tickets are extra credit. So this is what you're going to do. It's a writing assignment, and you're going to be doing a natural resource and population. 3 to 5 paragraphs is what I'm looking for, okay? Choose one natural resource and conduct research on it. Identify the resource, where it is found in abundance, is it renewable or non-renewable, and how do humans use the natural resource. So these are just questions that you can use to write about in those paragraphs. How does human consumption use the resource and environment? What do you predict will happen to both availability of the resource and consequences of using too much if we increase it? And what are ways humans can limit consumption of this resource? Okay, so that's what you're going to do. I'm going to show you how I want you to do the research as you're researching it. I don't want you just to go put it in Google and come up with the best thing and then copy and paste it, because that's not what we do, right? You can't do that. So here's like an example. This person just write 3 nice paragraphs, okay? They have some references, as you can kind of see up here. I'm going to show you where to go. So I'm going to application share again. All right, can you guys see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay, so Ellie can see it. Half of it. Okay, hopefully it'll come up in just a second. I getting some thumbs up. Good. Oh, or you can give me an applause. Thank you. Or approving. Good. Everybody else? Okay, it's got some approvings here. Very good. If you didn't catch it here, you can always catch it on the recording in just a little bit, okay, when I throw it up in the Google Class folder. Okay, so how I want you to do it. If you go into Unit 1, I have the Unit 1 project, okay? And I have these things. So this is the instructions and the example that I just showed you in the PowerPoint. This is the research link that I want you to use. So I want you to go to a place that's called, it's coming up here, onlinelibrary.uen.org, okay? And I can push that site out to you in a second so you have that. Now your username and password. Username is online, password is reader, okay? You're going to go on there. It's going to look like this page when you get on there, okay? You're going to click on Utah Student Login. Remember, online is your username, password is reader. You're going to log in. And now you have all of these scholarly research places that you can look in, okay? So you can look in, culturegrams are pretty good to look in. You can look in EBSCO. You can look in Gale's research, which is really good. So any of these ones are good tools to use to be able to find things about natural resource. So you just go in there and you go into those search engines, and that's how you find them. Okay? That's how you're going to do your research, and then you can just go back and answer the questions as it says on the instructions. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Oh, no, I didn't. Right here. Okay? You can find those instructions right there. Okay, can you give me a thumbs up if that makes sense? Well, let's do this. Let's do a green check if it makes sense, a red thing if I need to repeat it. I guess gotta change my polling real quick. Okay, go now. Very good. Alright, looks like I got green check marks across the board. Okay, very good. So I will now stop application sharing, and we'll keep moving on, okay? Alright, so that's what you need to do for that project. That's going to be due next, well actually, this Friday to keep on pace, okay? So this is something that you want to work on. If you don't get done, I mean, Monday's fine, just somewhere in there. But try to get it done by Friday if you can. Oh, do you need to just open a Word document, or do you have a place where you want to write this? Just open a Word document and you can submit it, or you can do a Google document, Word Perfect, anything like that. If all else fails, I don't care if you write an email to me, type it up on somewhere and write it in an email and send it to me. Okay, let's just get it in. Okay. All right. Yeah, that'd be a long email. You're right, it would. Okay, very good. Okay, let's keep moving on real quick. All right, so let's go over 1.06, which is geography as a career. Okay, this is just kind of an easy one that you need to breeze through. It talks about the different roles that geographers play and different careers that you could have. Okay, so I'm just going to run through those real quick. One, you could be what's called an urban and regional planners. Okay, so that's basically that you go here and you plan where buildings go and where they can go, and to make sure that everything works out properly. You could be a transportation planner, so you work like in a city office and say, hey, how does traffic go in one way or the other, and what are our limitations, right? Do we have to bypass this river? Do we have to go over a mountain? Okay, so there's another option for you. A cartographer, which basically means that you make maps. Probably more the digital version of this is working for Google, doing their Google Maps, right? Or you know, some kind of GPS system. That would be a cartographer's job. Another thing is prediction of population. Okay, so you could work for what's called the Census Bureau to know how many people are in a certain area, and you know, demographics, that kind of thing. Okay, here's a bunch of others. We have economic geographers that look at the economy and how the economy affects humans. Okay, you have environmental geographers that we talked about, like is it good to drill for oil in this place? How will it affect the environment? You have a geographic education, which is me teaching geography, if anybody wants to be a geography teacher. Geography technology, that's working with like the GPS, that kind of stuff. Human and cultural, okay? So one of the things being a geographer is traveling, okay? Meeting different cultures, communicating with different cultures. I'm trying to think of like the Peace Corps, if you've heard of the Peace Corps, like where we send young adults out into different places to be advocates for the United States. Physical geography, where you're looking at mountains and mountain ranges, so you can kind of work for the Forest Service there. Regional geographers, where you're studying one area of a region, so you're an expert on, let's say, Utah, okay, and you know the culture and the everything of Utah. And the urban and regional planning, which we talked about, like where you put roads and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and that leads us to the very end of the class here. The exit ticket for today is I want you to, in order to receive extra credit for your exit ticket, I want you to text me on my school number. Okay, this is my Google number, 385-288-0830. And what I want you to do is put your full name, because I need to know who you are to give you credit, and what branch of geography interests you the most. Okay, so human and cultural. Awesome. Yeah. So text that to me or send it to me in an email if you don't have a cell phone. Okay. You have no cell service? I'm sorry. Hook up to the Wi-Fi. Use Wi-Fi calling and text. That's always a good thing to do. Okay? So that's going to be your exit ticket for today. Okay, do we have any questions regarding any assignment, exit ticket, where we get our Google folder, anything like that? Nope, I will open the slides right now. Yes, sir. Those slides are also found on the thing. No, the area code is 385, not 801. So you're gonna go 385-288-0830, and that will shoot me a text on my Google Voice number there, and I'll give you some extra credit. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording.